Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the next mayor of the great city of Long Beach, Mr. Doug Otto.
I love this town as you all do and can't imagine living any place else but Long Beach. I'd like to begin by talking about what Long Beach means to me and who we are as a community. And then I want to introduce my general vision for the future of Long Beach. Long Beach has been my home for my entire life. I had the advantage of growing up with an identical twin brother, and as a result, I knew twice as many people as everybody. It helped in political campaigns. You've heard about my growing up years in Long Beach from John Philpott and Don Kanabe, and it was a great time to be growing up in Long Beach. Let me tell you just a little bit about what happened afterwards, and I will be very brief. As you heard, I left Millikan and went to Long Beach City College for a year and then went to Stanford University on a full scholarship. It's there that I became aware of the importance of community. When I was in my first year at Stanford, Martin Luther King was assassinated and I was deeply moved. I arranged for independent study and hitchhiked across the country, much to the chagrin of my mother, to go to work for the Southern Christian Leadership Conference in Washington, D.C. That was when they did the Poor People's Campaign, and I helped build Resurrection City and lived there and was living there the night that Robert Kennedy was assassinated. We got the news after midnight, and I thought the world had come to an end. After graduating from Stanford, I attended Union Theological Seminary in New York, and then went on to law school at the University of Chicago. But those kinds of experiences have helped shape my ideas and helped me to find a path for my life. I returned to Long Beach knowing that I wanted to get back home to raise a family, to get to work, to become involved in my community, and in all fairness, that last winter in Chicago helped me get back to Long Beach. I settled in and began my years of public service, but now I want to talk about Long Beach. Looking back over the last 20 years, our town has overcome really devastating challenges. In the mid-1990s, the Navy left town. Then for all intents and purposes, Boeing did too. And a major piece of our economy was lost, 55,000 jobs. We have Mayor Beverly O'Neill to thank for getting us through the loss of our identity as a Navy town and also the loss of our largest private employer. Then in 2008, the recession came with high unemployment, staggering unfunded liabilities, and unsustainable spending. We have Mayor Bob Foster to thank for reining in skyrocketing pension costs and charting a course towards fiscal stability, although we're not out of the woods yet, and we still have work to do. Enduring what we have, we became cautious. In this new reality, we were more thoughtful and careful about our resources and tend to think of now rather than 10 years from now or 20 years from now. But 10 years from now is just around the corner, and it's the right time to be thinking about the future. I believe in Long Beach, we need a new vision. Many of you know that I have been a student of cities throughout my entire life, living in Washington, D.C., in New York, in Chicago, in traveling extensively both here in the United States and internationally. And believe it or not, I read urban planning books for fun. Just come to my office, you'll see that there's a few books here. The vision, I believe we can learn from the cities that have done well, and we can avoid making the mistakes of cities that are struggling today. The vision I propose involves the people of our city actively involved in a frank discussion. That is, we must plan our own future. I'm particularly taken by ideas in a new book, The Metropolitan Revolution, published by the Brookings Institute. The authors discuss how cities across the United States are taking control of their own destinies and becoming deliberate about their economic growth. To summarize the book's thesis, Here's a quote. Like all great revolutions, this one has been catalyzed by a revelation. The cavalry is not coming. What this means to Long Beach is neither the federal government nor the state government can be counted on to come to our rescue. Indeed, the state government has taken away our resources, our redevelopment agency, our enterprise zones, and it's clear that we're going to have to plan our very own future. Now, there are many examples of municipalities that are solving their own problems. They're creating jobs, making livable neighborhoods and downtowns, and inspiring community involvement. One of the underappreciated benefits of taking this burden on our own shoulders is reclaiming that classic American quality, self-reliance. The coming together as a community to take care of ourselves. We start by looking at who we are and what the attributes of our city are. So what is Long Beach today? Well, we are 465,000 residents whose diversity is one of our greatest strengths and from time to time, one of our most compelling challenges. We are a community of great neighborhoods and families. Last year, the California Heights neighborhood was named the top neighborhood in the United States. And that's the work that's been done with communities and neighborhoods in the city of Long Beach. We have a great climate, beautiful parks and open space, and a shoreline and waterfront that are magnets for recreation, tourism, and economic growth. We have the Port of Long Beach, the bedrock of our local economy, which leads the global port industry in green and sustainable operations, and we've done that ourselves. We have an internationally recognized K-12 urban school district, a progressive and celebrated community college of which I am particularly proud, and the most popular and accomplished of all the California state universities in Cal State Long Beach. We have all of these institutions of education work seamlessly together to provide opportunities for our children to succeed in their personal and their educational goals. We are enriched by many arts organizations and literally hundreds of artists who are actively involved in making art every day in Long Beach. We also have nationally recognized cultural institutions like the Museum of Latin American Art and the Aquarium of the Pacific. And we have the religious institutions that help us create and nurture our spiritual lives. But we also are a city where approximately 20% of our residents live in poverty, and 28% of our children live in poverty. Our unemployment rate is 11.2%, above the state average, a rate of 8.8%, and the national average of 7.6%. And we are a city where people on the west side of town experience unacceptable negative health issues on a daily basis. So that's a snapshot of who we are. Now let's talk about what we want to become. To be a successful city, we need to be a prosperous city. For people and families, prosperity means a trained workforce, for people and families, prosperity means that our streets are safe, that we have great schools, vibrant neighborhoods, culture, recreation, and most importantly, the availability of jobs. For businesses, prosperity means a trained workforce, access to markets and capital, a safe location with access to transportation and communication, and a business-friendly environment. So if community and business prosperity is our goal, what's the strategy to achieve this? Well, first, we must leverage our core assets. That means taking maximum advantage of our location, the economic benefits of the port, our medical corridors, our great education system, including job training, and most especially our own people, our human capital. Second, we must focus on retaining the people and businesses we have, then expanding those businesses, and then creating and attracting new businesses. Third, we must continue to invest in our infrastructure as we have been doing the last few years. Fourth, we must promote livability including the quality of our neighborhoods, to make our cities attractive to our children so that they can choose to live, work, and raise their families here just as we have. So what's the plan to achieve this? The plan I'm proposing is based on 4 E's and PS. Now, I said PS, not BS. The first E is the economy and the business climate of our city. We need an aggressive economic development plan based on job creation and retention. We haven't had that for more than 10 years. The plan must focus on the growth areas of the future, particularly trade and transportation centered around the port, healthcare and medical services, technology, and again, education. We can become an education city. Currently, the port is our economic engine, but we must attract more high-paying port and transportation-related jobs and train our youth for these new positions. Keep them in town. We must also nurture and keep our small businesses by focusing on innovation and retaining our best and brightest young minds as they graduate from Cal State Long Beach and Long Beach City College. We can't let them go to Orange County and the West Side to start their businesses. We need them here, and there's too much of a brain drain going on right now. Now, I've helped start some of this work at Long Beach City College with the Small Business Development Centers, the Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Businesses Program, and the Kauffman Foundation's Innovation Fund for Entrepreneurship. And we must continue these efforts and initiate more because it's where our future will be. So the economy is the first E. The second E is education. In Strategic Plan 2010, which many of you worked with me on, the city said that Long Beach aspired to be a community of neighborhoods focused on education and youth in a clean, green environment with public safety and economic opportunity for everyone. No one can argue that education must be a top concern. It's too important for our future and the future of this country. One way we currently do this is the Long Beach College Promise, which focuses on preparing Long Beach students for college. It's a contract signed in middle school by Long Beach Unified School District's families, which assures their sons and daughters that if they take appropriate courses and maintain a certain grade point average, they will be entitled to a free semester at Long Beach City College and guaranteed admission to Cal State Long Beach. Now, if you're in the Long Beach Unified School District now, and you've signed that promise, that's what can happen. The net effect of this program is that dramatically greater numbers of Long Beach students are prepared to go to college and can attend colleges locally, which is a great thing to have happen. We must grow these programs. Over 57,000 families have signed up so far, and we must make that more. Now, the third E is the environment. There is inevitable tension between economic growth and a quality environment, but I believe we can have both. It's our duty to keep Long Beach a livable and sustainable city while continuing to grow our economy. We must protect our beaches and recreation areas, continue on a path towards a clean and pollution-free environment, protect our air and water quality, and focus on our built environment, making the best use of the footprint of our built-out city. There's no more land, with innovative use, design, and materials. The fourth E is equality. Long Beach must be a good place to live for all our people. We know from studies that upward income mobility tends to be higher where the middle class is dispersed throughout the city, where there are more strong family units, better schools, and more civic engagement, including membership in religious and community organizations. Equality in our city means strategies for enabling people to join the mainstream. We accomplish this by engaging our diverse populations, promoting civic pride in neighborhoods, and providing opportunities for our residents to be engaged in our community and with each other. It means a city with a sincere attention given to the obstacles faced by the poor, the homeless, and the disadvantaged. We're all in this together. So let me recap briefly. The 4 E's: the economy, education, the environment, and equality. Now here's the PS, public safety. For us all to thrive, our city needs to be a safe city. We have a remarkable group of first responders protecting our city, but their manpower must match the need here in town. And the fact is, we need more police officers and firefighters. New police and fire academies are a good start, but not enough. And while achieving that goal is daunting in these difficult economic times, I believe it's a necessity, and we need to find a way to do that. So that's the plan. It's not everything that needs to be done, but it's a good start. And to accomplish this plan, we need to be bold, dedicated, and progressive in both our thought and in our actions. We need to embrace the digital society that connects us and simplifies city services while ensuring privacy and security. Let me give you an example. In San Francisco, the city has launched a downloadable neighborhood score mobility app. It's used to track indicators of livability on a block-by-block basis, helping empower both residents and elected officials to plan interventions for a healthier city. Such a tool could help us assess the quality of our Long Beach neighborhoods and tailor strategies for community improvement. I'm eager to start these necessary conversations. You have to be a part of it. When I announced my candidacy a few months ago, a number of people asked me, why on earth would I want to run for mayor? Jim Gray asked me that earlier today. Some said, why don't you just take some time and smell the roses? Well, I've most definitely encountered some thorns along the way, but as far as my family and I am concerned, being the mayor of Long Beach is smelling the roses. You know, I didn't just decide on the spur of the moment that I wanted to be mayor. You've heard Don Knabe talk about the many ways I've been active in Long Beach for more than 3 decades. The mayoral's race is a culmination of all the action and that work, and the mayor's race is the next logical step for me, and it's the right step for Long Beach, too. I know Long Beach inside out. This is my city, this is my hometown. It's where I grew up and went to school. It's where Frida and I have raised our family. It's where I've worked representing my friends and neighbors as a lawyer. And it's where I'm known as an energetic community leader who gets things done. It hasn't been a duty, it's been a privilege. I love this city as you do, and I'm determined that together we will make Long Beach the best that it can be. That's why I want to be mayor. I have a track record for bringing people together, and we all know a city's greatness can never be accomplished by one person. It's your city too, and I know that we all feel the same way about Long Beach, and that's what this campaign is all about. We love this city, we believe in Long Beach, so let's get to work to make our city great. I'm excited to begin this journey with you. Let's go on to April 8th and make this a victory. Thank you very much for your time.